Alright, we've stabilized the layer for matte, so let's get the lightning going. Alright, first thing we're going to do is get layer, new, solid. We're going to make it a black solid, make it comp size, and hit OK. I'm going to rename this layer lightning. Hit enter to change the name, apostrophe. You can put apostrophes in those names. I think that's really cool. Okay, we're going to go to effect, trap code, particular. It's like molecular from the Silverhawks, except it's cooler. Yeah, we can eliminate the tracker controls here for a little more space. Watch this. When we go, oh look at this. It's already tracked to his hand. Look at that. Yeah, baby. It's tracked to his hand. There we go. Okay. That's cool. You notice I need to clean my lens up here. Which I did shortly after I shot this. Should have done it before. Alright, let's get this to look like lightning. Let's go to the animation presets. We will go to T, particular dance. Watch this. We're already getting something that looks not too bad. First thing we need to do is change the green. We don't want green lightning. This is not Yoda who's emitting this lightning. So, change the color to white, and we'll change the color afterward. I'll show you how. Position X, Y. Gonna change that to fingertips. So, okay, doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look aggressive enough, like real evil particle lightning. Not something from Star Wars and not something from Harry Potter. So we have to fix that. I'd say the first thing we're going to do is look at this. It's coming from all over the place, not just from his hands. So let's change the emitter type from a box to a point. That should help. But it's still sort of coming from all over the place. We want it to come just from this spot right here. So, fortunately I know what's causing that. It's in the physics, in, let's see, air. It's in the turbulence field here. Physics, air, turbulence field. And it would be time before it affects it. So point. So if we make it anything other than 0, like 0.02, let's say, now it's all coming from that fingertip right there. Ooh, very nice. There we go. It's still a little slow. Doesn't look very aggressive, so let's speed this up. Let's take the velocity here. I don't really like velocity random myself. Some people do. I think it's stupid. Alright, velocity. Change it to 3,000. Yeah, that's a little better, I think. Next thing we're going to do is, I think this stuff is first of all not aggressive enough. We need to go into physics, air, turbulence field, change the complexity from 3 to something a little beefier, like 10. Yeah, change the octave scaling a bit higher. This is looping around a little too much. Let's change the octave multiplier down a bit. And just scale it way up so it's nice and kind of jaggedy. That's too jaggedy. Not that jaggedy. Definitely jaggedy. Okay. Next thing is the lightning effect is like it's sending out these invisible particles here, and then the invisible particles produce visible particles. It's like I don't know, like a comet with a tail or something like that. But here's our lightning. It looks a little thin. Need to change that. We can beef this up in the auxiliary particles. Aux system, I will call it from now on. Make that from 2,000 to 4,000. Okay, that thickens it up quite a bit. Let's change the life of this stuff from 0.06 to like 0.02. Makes it nice, these things nice and short. But the problem is now it looks like they're going backwards. And the reason is particles per second is way too high. We have it at 22. We want it at like 7. Okay, now that looks better. Now it looks like you got some actual lightning coming from his fingertips. That's pretty good. Might want to beef it up to like 9 maybe. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Now we want to make sure it doesn't go over and hit Jason. I mean, the stuff's supposed to spark in the middle, right? So let's take the primary particles here, change the light from 0.07, take it down, let's drag it down. 1 point, that's way too high. 0.2, that's still too far. 0.116, still too far. 1.4, that's about right. 1.4, okay. So we got a pretty good lightning effect. Now that we have the effect, we can just go to the layer here, click off it, click on it, because you want just the layer selected when you're doing this. Hit Control or Command for you Apple people. Control D, second lightning layer. Zoom in here. Change your position X, Y to, let's say, below. This is good, but we need to change the particles per second from 9 to like 8.2. Let's change our turbulence a bit. We don't want all this to look like the exact same lightning effect, so we'll just kind of mess with this a bit. Evolution speed is one thing we can change. To 180. So let's get another lightning here. So we got some lightning coming out from these fingertips. We may want more. Lightning 3, 8.6. Move it around a bit. How about here? Alright. Gonna go back down, change effect position maybe. We need some lightning now from the backhand as well. So let's duplicate. Again, click off, click on, Control D. Got another one. Let's change a point to here. Make this like 7.1. Now we got more lightning. Alright, let's zoom out here. Got more lightning coming out here. It's good. Very good. But we need more. I definitely want more. Let's mess with the evolution speed a bit. Okay. Control D. Mess with the evolution speed a bit. Change it from 7 to 6.8. Change the starting point to here. Let's say. So now, okay. I'd say this is good. He's got a good bit of lightning. And we might need one more streak of lightning. Three 775 maybe. Like the less frequent lightning coming out. Pull it up here. And I'd say we're good to go now. We have a good solid streak of lightning coming from his fingertips. And next thing we're doing is the glow. And this is really easy. So we're going to take our master stabilization. Don't know if we can hit collapse transformations. I'm just going to undo that for now. I mean, it cuts off half a frame, but it's not where the lightning is, so we're good to go. Okay, we're going to toggle the switches modes, change this to add, and then we're going to start adding adjustment layers. Take a new adjustment layer. I'm going to call this one blur. Move it down. Add an effect, blur and sharpen, fast blur. We'll repeat edge pixels and make this 10. Oh, we messed everything up. That's right. You want to know why? Because we need to go to Layer, New, Solid, and click Background. Take the background behind this, and now the glow should work. If I had set the transfer mode from blur, from normal, to add. Now, you might say, this makes it too bright. Well, that's true. So we go into File, Project Settings, and then, here's a big secret. Blend colors using 1.0 gamma. Now this is huge. This gives you let's see, an additive workflow. Like it basically blends the colors more the way film does when you do like an optical composite. It simulates that. So it's a much more professional looking glow, and it's way more professional than screen. I know I used to use screen. We were all screen users once. Blur. Let's say blur 10 because we're blurring at 10 pixels. Let's blur it. Let's duplicate this. So we'll click off, click on, hit Control D. Change it from blur 11. We don't want 11. We want blur 20. And let's go up here into the effects controls. Make it 20. Do the same thing. Control D to duplicate. Change this to blur 40. Change the effects controls to 40. Control D, blur 80. Change the effects controls to 80. So now we've got some really sweet lightning coming from his fingertips. Let me take this from full to like half, or third. Here we go. Next thing is adding the color. Let's go to Layer, New, Adjustment Layer. Let's call this one. Oh, great. Call this. Hit Enter. Call it Color. I accidentally double-clicked on it, so let's exit out. Oh, here we go. Color. Put it below our master stabilization. Blending mode is normal. Effect. Now, those of you who followed Ryan Weaver's lightsaber tutorial would say that we go to color balance, right? Color balance. We preserve luminosity, and then we kind of mess with this, like up and down, to tint the color. Well, I think curves is a much more powerful control. It allows you much more granular control, and I like it a lot more. So we're going to go to color correction, curves, and let's see. Since we're going for a blue, we can just bend the green away, so bend it down, which gives it a purple, and the red, we can bend that down a bit too. Then we can take the blue and pull it up, and now, oh, there we go. There we go. I think curves is a lot more intuitive than color balance myself. So here you go, we've got that nice blue lightning coming from Matt's fingertips. But one more thing, look at how rounded it is at the end. I mean, I can pull this back to full for you. It's so rounded. Let's fix that. Unfortunately, since we duplicated our lightning layer like crazy, we'll have to go back to every one. But let's do that. Let's go to size over life under particle. So it's particle, size over life, and instead of straight up, up like this, let's make it have a mound. Let's go to each one, and we'll do that. This is the problem with having duplicated your layers before. Having fixed this, you have to go into each one individually and fix it. Fortunately, I only have 3 more layers to go, but yeah. This is kind of unpleasant. Only slightly though. Alright, color. Wait, that's not color overlay. Opacity overlay. There we go. Boom. Lightning. Opacity overlay. And we'll click on the mound again. Now we have all these with opacity overlay. Yep. Should be the primary. Oh, I think I clicked the wrong one, so I'll have to do it again to the secondary. Yeah, that's right. I know. So, hold on. Okay, here we go. My mistake was not going into the aux system. That's where you have to set the opacity over life. So, I did that. Hit save. Saved it. Here we go. Alright, so now we have this nice pointy lightning. Looks nice and aggressive. So let's add it for Jason, which will be much easier. Okay, so we're going to go to Matte Lightning here in the project. We're going to hit Control D. Hit Enter. Change it to Jason Lightning. Double click on it. And there we go. Well, it looks the same. Well, of course it is. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my master stabilization here. First I'm going to take my layers, go off of all of them. Don't need them yet. Master stabilization, delete this. bring it back, bring in a fresh copy, because we are going to restabilize this. Set to add. Now we're going to restabilize the shadow around Jason. So let's go into Window, Tracker Controls, Stabilize Motion. Oh man. Alright, let's see. Yeah, this is good. And we will just go forward. Again, since we stabilized our shot already, further stabilization is pretty easy, which is why I like the stable state workflow. There we go. We'll hit apply, X and Y. There we go. And now Jason is unmoving while the frame rocks around him. So it's going to be pretty easy to do the lightning thing with him. So let's delete all of our other lightning layers. 6 through 2. Click all of them. They're gone. And take our lightning here, go into our controls, make the position in front of his fingers, that, and then we have to flip the direction. So take the Y direction. Oh wait, I should probably go further down like this, and probably re-enable the layer too. Here we go. You see how it's up like that? Just keep messing with the Y. Oh wait, Y is the wrong rotation. It should be the X rotation. That's right. X, I believe. Come on. I know it's not Z. Here we go. Yeah, there's the Y. Should be negative 89 and 91. They're different heights, so we will have to rotate. I don't know what this is. I should have undone that. So we will have to rotate the lightning slightly, like rotation. Rotate it slightly down like that, so that the lightning beams will meet in the center. Okay, we have this. We'll just mess with it a bit. So particles per second 9.2, and we just duplicate again. We have what we want. Yep, we have what we want. So we'll just go off, click on, duplicate, and play this game some more. So 8.8. Yeah, this is kind of a boring part. We just kind of mess with our origin here, mess with our evolution here, the physics, I think. Yeah, evolution speed, kind of mess with that. Duplicate it again. And we're better off having more as opposed to less. Like if you have too many, actually I don't know if you can have too many of these layers. Be hard pressed. I think it would look really cool if we had like 40 of those layers, but I don't think we have time. Oh, what's this? Capacity over life. Yeah, we have to fix that, don't we? Yeah, we do. There we go. Lightning 2. Let's make sure that has, there we go. Capacity over life. This is under aux system. Aux system here. Opacity over life. Make it that little mound. That gives it that nice pointy lightning. So, that nice pointy lightning. So we got this. We'll just duplicate it again. Make it 6.01. And move it up here. So, got more and more lightning. And I'll probably get another 8.5. So there we got a bit more lightning from Jason. Doesn't appear to exactly be coming from his hands, so we may have to move these a bit. I think it's good enough. Alright, let's add our blur color. So, oh, and our background. Now the lightning is nice and blue, but we want it red. I want it red. I like red. So let's change red. Instead of bending down, let's bend it up a bit. Blue, let's bend that down a bit. Now we got red lightning, but it's not red enough. It needs to be really red. Super red. Nice and bloody red. There we go. Nice and ferociously red there. Ah, it's too pink. Get the green down a bit. That's too purple. Blue. Take the blue down a bit. There we go. That's what we want. Nice and super crazy red. And then all we have to do is unwind the stabilization. Next we're going to unwind the stabilization and get the lightning for both parties to clash.